Hello children, how are you all? I hope you all are in good health, fit and fine. And you are studying also. You are getting the videos of all the subjects. Now I am taking your science of class 3. We have finished 2 chapters already. You have got the assignments. Now we will start with chapter 3. In this chapter, we will study about the animals. In the animals, we will study about the birds. Children, we have different types of birds all around us. And we will study about the different types of birds, the types of beaks they have, and types of feet they have. There are so many birds and so many types of beaks, and they have different types of feet according to the place where they live. Now let us start. Science chapter 3, Animals. We will study about birds today. Birds are beautiful animals. There are different types of birds around us. Birds are of various colors and sizes. You can see in the picture there are so many birds. You can see the sparrow, you can see the myna, you can see the pigeon, the eagle, the crow and the vulture. You can see they all are of different types. Children, there are many parts of a bird. First of all, we will read about the beaks of birds. All birds have a beak. They use their beaks to catch and eat food. The shape of the bird's beak depends on the type of food it eats. See in the picture, there are so many birds here and they all have different types of beaks. You can see the duck, it has a broad beak, the eagle, a hooked beak, a flamingo, a hooked beak, and you can see the kiwi, long and pointed beak. So you can see different birds have different types of beaks. We will study about the different types of beaks. Types of beaks. First of all, we'll learn about strong, sharp and hard beak. Such beaks help the birds to crush and eat nuts and seeds. For example, sparrows and pigeons have strong, sharp and hard beak. Next type of beak is strong, sharp and hooked beak. Such beaks help the birds to tear and eat flesh. For example, vulture, eagles and hawks. You can see in the picture, children. Look at the vulture's beak, the hawk's beak and the eagle's beak. They all look so dangerous. They are very sharp and strong and hooked. They tear and eat the flesh. Now the third one is strong, pointed and chisel shaped beak. Birds like woodpeckers and hoopoes have strong, pointed and chisel-shaped beaks. Children, you know what is a chisel? Chisel is a tool which is used to cut the wood. So these birds have chisel-shaped beaks, means they have very sharp beaks. A woodpecker makes holes in the trees' trunks to make its nest. It also uses its beak to pull out and eat insects. A hoopoe uses its beak to catch insects. You can see very clearly in the picture, a woodpecker uses its beak to peck on the tree trunk, and hoopoe is also searching the food, and woodpecker again making a hole in the tree trunk. Next type we'll study is broad and flat beak. Children, water birds, which we call aquatic birds also, they have spoon-like broad and flat beaks. They have tiny holes on both sides of the beak. Ducks and geese find their food in water. We all know ducks and geese are water birds, and when they take up the muddy water, the water flows out through the holes, leaving the insects, worms, and water plants behind. The duck and geese eat them. Children, you can see in the picture, in the duck's beak, you can see the hole. The hole helps the water from the beak come out. Next, we will study about broad, long, and sharp-edged beak. Birds like pelicans and kingfishers have long, broad, and sharp-edged beaks. They use their beaks to catch fish from water. Here you can see the pictures of pelican and kingfishers. Next type of beak is thin, long, and pointed beak. Birds like hummingbirds and sunbirds have thin, long, and pointed beaks. Children, do you know hummingbirds are the smallest birds in the world? These birds suck nectar from flowers. The hummingbird hovers above the flowers. That means they don't sit on the flowers. They fly upon the flowers and suck nectar from them. Now the next part of the chapter is feet of birds. We will study about the feet of birds. Children, different birds have different kinds of feet based on their habitat. Now, what is habitat? Habitat is the place where an animal lives. So, the feet of the birds depend upon the place where they live. We can say different birds have different kinds of feet based on their habitat. Birds have 2 feet with 4 toes on each. These toes end with a claw. Birds catch and hold their food with the feet and claws. They also use to climb, walk, swim, and sit on branches of trees. Now we are going to study about different types of birds according to their feet. First one is perching birds. All perching birds have three toes pointing forward and the fourth toe pointing backward. The fourth toe holds onto the branches firmly and do not let the birds fall. Firmly means very tightly. The fourth toe holds onto the branches very tightly so that the birds do not fall when they sit on the branches. Children, sometimes the birds sleep also while sitting on the branches, but they never fall. What's the reason? This is the reason. The fourth toe holds onto the branches so tightly that they do not fall. Example of perching birds are crows and parrots. Next type is water birds. These birds have webbed feet. They use their webbed feet to paddle through water in search of food. For example, ducks and loons and geese, they have webbed feet. You can see the picture of webbed feet on your screen. Next type of birds according to their feet is climbing birds. These birds have sharp and curved claws that help them to climb and hold the bark of trees. They have two toes pointing forward and two toes pointing backwards. For example, woodpecker. Woodpecker is a climbing bird. Next type of bird according to the feet is scratching birds. These birds have sharp and strong claws to dig the ground for food. For example, hens. Next, we study about the wading birds. These birds have long legs with widely spread out toes. They walk in shallow water in search of food. Walking in shallow water is called wading. Example of wading birds are herons and cranes. Next type is grasping birds. These birds have strong and sharp curved claws called talons. They use their talons to pick and hold their prey. For example, eagles and owls. Now children, we will learn about migration of birds. Sometimes the birds fly for long distances in search of food, shelter, and to protect themselves from the bad weather conditions. This is called migration. For example, Siberian cranes. They fly thousands of kilometers from the colder region of Siberia to the warmer regions of India. When there is very cold in Siberia, they fly off to India. And when the weather conditions again come back to normal, they fly away again. The movement of birds from one place to another in search of food, shelter, and to escape from bad weather conditions is called migration. Children, I hope you have heard the chapter very carefully, as the chapter is very long and a video will become very long. So I have made it in two parts. The second part, in which I will explain you about the feathers of the birds, about the food habits, about the different types of nests, and how should we take care of animals, that I will explain you all in the next part. So you can see to be continued in the next video. Thank you.